And we're joined now by Josh Rawitch, president of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, a friend of the show here on MLB Now as we join you from Studio 42. Josh, always great to see you.
You too, BK.
This is a first of its kind. Now, you're making those announcements are going to be at Yankee Stadium coming up this weekend. Given the history of the United States and Japanese, I guess, joint baseball history. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so next summer in July of 2025, we're going to be opening up a new exhibit in Cooperstown. It's going to be called Yakyu Baseball. Yakyu is the Japanese word for baseball. And it's going to focus on the Transpacific Exchange of the game. It's been going on for over 150 years that baseball has been played in Japan. And of course, we've seen the influx of incredible talent at the major league level, but this is going to cover pretty much every level and players, teams going back and forth between the two countries.
We're seeing such an influx even this year as Shohei Ohtani, obviously, with the Dodgers, but also Shota Imanaga, who's had a great start with the Chicago Cubs. What was the first, the first either emissary to go back or forth? Did Japanese players come here? Did United States players barnstorm in Japan? What was the first time?
So there was a gentleman in the Northeast who really introduced baseball in Japan 150 years ago. The earliest teams from Japan, from Keio University and Waseda, were about early 1900s, and then you start getting into when the Yankees teams and Babe Ruth are barnstorming around there. You've got the Brooklyn Dodgers teams in the 50s, and then all the way up through the WBC, modern times, where teams are going back and forth. So it's been going on, I think, a lot longer than people realize.
Now, this will also coincide with the first year on the ballot for Ichiro. Right, so Ichiro will be on the ballot. It's expected that he gets in. You don't know that. We don't know that, right? But this is coinciding. You'll have that exhibit up if Ichiro. Well, it'll be up either way. But if Ichiro does go in, then this will all coincide with what's in the museum.
Exactly. This December, when we announced the ballot for the Baseball Writers Association, was when that process will take place. And then this coming January, you'll be up in Cooperstown when we announce who gets in. Ichiro, this is his first year on the ballot. So if he does get in, this would be open at the same time.
First Japanese player in the Hall of Fame, then, in the United States National Baseball Hall of Fame.
He would be, yeah, first player from anywhere in Asia, yeah.
That is amazing, and there was a lot of talk about, well, what should count toward his eligibility? Do you foresee a time where it'll be world statistics will count toward eligibility, or are we just looking at United States Major League Baseball?
Yeah, for the most part, it really has been the major sports here in America, and so obviously we know that the Negro Leagues have been factored in now, and you're seeing a lot of people being elected based on those numbers. I don't know if we'll ever get to the point that leagues around the world are considered, but certainly what he did in America once he got here was pretty impressive, and obviously a lot of what people will be talking about when he's eligible.
Baseball fans should be planning a trip to Cooperstown at some point in your life to bring the family out and see it. What will people see? And you guys do such a great job with your exhibits. What will they see on exhibit, on display next year?
So what's really great, I mean, it's focused on players and teams, but we brought with us actually a couple of artifacts with us that would be fun to share. So one of them, if you think back to 1995 when Nomomania took over the world, and you'll see obviously we use gloves when we touch our artifacts, but this is actually baseball from the no-hitter that he threw in 1996, September 17th, 1996, at Coors Field. You think how hard it is to throw a no-no at Coors. So this is when you think about Nomomania, the first player who came over after Masanori Murakami in the 50s. Unbelievable to have an artifact like that he donated all the way up until modern times. This is actually from just a couple weeks ago. Shohei Ohtani, during his first homestand with the Dodgers, donated his jersey from a game just about 10 days ago. So pretty awesome that I think players recognize. We've been collecting artifacts for many, many years, going back to the NPB and everything else that goes on in Japan and the U.S., and all of it's going to be a part of this exhibit.
There is now, through the museum, an emphasis on international baseball to show the influx. Tell us about that. Like, you can see things that have come up in the last 10 years.
Yeah, so we actually have a Viva Baseball exhibit that focuses on all of Latin America, which is an incredibly important part of the history of the game. Obviously, this is going to be really a groundbreaking exhibit, as you said at the beginning. And then if you just look at, we've got artifacts focused on women in baseball. We just opened up, we're opening up in May, brand new exhibit focused on the black baseball experience called The Souls of the Game. So what we really try to do is look at the game from all sorts of different angles. We also have exhibits on baseball cards and exhibits on baseball at the movies. And really, for those who haven't been to Cooperstown, you got to check it out. It is a baseball lover's dream.
Right, and you can see the culture as it evolves through the decades, including now where you see so many great Japanese players playing in the United States. That's going to be a big summer, I would think, right? If Ichiro does get in, that it would anticipate it's something that is slightly different, right?
Yeah.
It is new.
No doubt. I mean, it would be incredibly unique, certainly to have tourists from Japan coming to Cooperstown and the sorts of numbers that could drive. So our staff is already starting to think about what are we going to need in terms of signage, how are we going to make sure that we make everybody feel welcome. And I think we do a great job of that right now. But we've already started thinking about how might we get engaged, and that was really what this week's announcement is all about. It's kind of kicking off next summer's thinking.
That's tremendous. And I think if you have tourists from Japan, you want them to be in Cooperstown. Come see the United States. Go to Cooperstown. Get the best of the United States right there.
Well, when you think about it, so many people come to Manhattan and they'll go to Niagara Falls. They got to stop somewhere in between.
Right, there you go.
So we're hoping the tour buses just kind of pop over, stop in, and check out Cooperstown.
That's tremendous. Tell us about what you're going to be doing at Yankee Stadium this weekend.
So this Sunday, actually, we're going to be on the heels of the announcement at the Ambassador's residence in Tokyo. We're actually going to have Hideki Matsui and Roy White, both of whom played for the Yankees and for the Yomiuri Giants. They're going to be part of a news conference this Sunday before the game at Yankee Stadium. And again, just a chance for us to tell this same story to the American audience a few days after we break the news in Tokyo.
That's tremendous. Where's it going to be in the museum? I'm trying to envision it. Where are you going to have it? Do you know yet?
We're targeting the third floor. It'll be on the third floor of the museum, and still TBD exactly where. So
Okay,
I can't
probably go past Ebbets Field and then go around, and that's right
You're
around
in the
there.
right. You're in the right spot.
I can envision it right now. Josh, great seeing you here. Thank you so much. Again, as baseball in the Hall of Fame just shows more of the wide culture of baseball around the world.
We appreciate you helping us tell the story.
All right, thank you. Josh Rawitch there, National Baseball Hall of Fame. Great seeing you, Josh. Thank you.
You too, Brian.